Hi, how are you? Hope everybody's doing well today and staying pain-free. Today I want to finish up the second part of my lung condition that's caused by ankylosing spondylitis. And last week I talked about on the last video on how I was diagnosed and when I was diagnosed, and the difference between restrictive lung and obstructive lung disease. Um, Today I want to talk about the treatments that has been given to me over the period of time that I was diagnosed till now. Just a little reference on the lung condition. The restrictive lung is basically the lung is not able to expand because my chest wall or the rib cage is no longer able to expand when I inhale. It's due to the fully fused spine, where it actually fused the rib cage to go with it. And any normal person, generally they have about anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inch chest expansion. But in my case with the ankylosing spondylitis, there was no expansion at all whatsoever. So it restricts the lung from expanding when I inhale. It's like, a balloon that's not being able to expand, not being able to fill up with the oxygens. There's a little disclaimer here. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional or have any medical trainings. Everything I talked about are medical conditions that I've been experiencing in the past and in the current times. And all the treatments that's been used are applied to me only. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, anything that you want to know about, please address that to your doctor. Contact your doctor or pharmacist for more information. Thank you. So the treatments basically between restrictive and obstructive lung, it always really depends on the severity of your condition, and a lot of the treatments are probably the same. In minor cases, there really isn't any treatment, more of a supportive treatment rather than any medications. Breathing exercise, where they tell you to actually inhale slowly and then you breathe everything out a couple times, and then you do it in sets a few times a day to help just to kind of hopefully to help expand the lung a little bit as much as it can. And the breathing should be coming from the diaphragm rather than the upper chest. Take a deep breath down and release it that way. It would help out in your lung, getting more as much oxygen as possible. That's on the mild cases. Moderate cases, they will give you corticosteroids to help expand the lung, as well as inhalers. A lot of the inhalers they're also actually steroids inside, and it really helps expand the lungs where you can actually breathe better. For a lot of people who has asthma, if you know some people who carries inhalers for asthma, it is the same particular inhaler, same actually medications. In severe cases where regardless if it's obstructive or restrictive, oxygen therapy is probably the way to go. And in very, very severe cases where the lung is almost failing, you gotta be put on a ventilator, or if you're in a certain younger age, there's probably be in line for a lung transplant, and that's the end stage of where the lung disease would go. So far right now, even up till this point, I am actually not on any treatment. To be honest, I have tried doctors have given me many different things before. Prednisones. Well, prednisone is not just for the lung, but for the ankylosing spondylitis as well, the inflammations. Inhaler, a binaural inhaler. It's more of a for emergency purpose when like people who has asthma, suddenly they can't breathe. They need the inhaler to help them open up the airway. Then I have an inhaler. I use it. There's no effect on it. There's no effect on me. Doctor also gave me some other medication called Avir. It's a powder-like medication. It's a powder inhaler where you actually click on it and you suck on the powder. It goes into your airwaves. It's only once a day. That's supposed to open up the airway as well for people who are more in the obstructive. In restrictive lung, again, I didn't feel much of a difference with or without the medication. I also try when I was doing the pulmonary function test, the technician actually gave me a binaural treatment. A binaural is, more or less it's steroids to help open up the airway. I was giving the treatment and doing and did the pulmonary function test again, comparing to no binaural treatment. The function test did not come back in any difference. Not very much. Slightly, not a whole lot of difference. So the binaural, any of the medications did not really kind of have any effect on restrictive lung disease. But certainly, if you have restrictive lung, and you also have asthma or other stuff, those the medication and the inhaler certainly would help. But in my case, I don't have any asthma. Hopefully not. It did not have any effect on me. So currently, right now, the best thing for me to do is just exercise. I do a lot of walking, at least 4 to 5 times a week. I would say not a lot, just get a couple miles in on a regular daily basis. And then on the weekends, if I have time, I would just do a short hike, or I do some biking. Depends on the weathers and where I want to go or what I want to do that day. But getting a lot of exercise is the best thing to do. It's just keep building up the stamina. I know I don't have the same lung capacity as any other normal people, but building up your stamina, your body would require less and less oxygen, and you can function just exactly the same way. So exercise is really my go-to treatment for now. I also still play a little bit golf. Surprisingly, I don't know if you believe me, but I do able to hit with my arm power, no spine power, so the golf ball doesn't go 300 yards. So, but yeah, I do that. It's one of my exercise that I do. When I go out there on the golf course, it's good to walk the course, and at the same time you're having fun, being outdoor, getting vitamin D, and getting exercise in. So yeah, any sports you can do being outdoor it's really helpful. I love it. It's my way of building up my energy. So there are a couple of pictures that I actually head out to some of the parks. One is the what's that, the Huntington Library Park here. It's a very nice place to walk. Yeah, a couple of these are my trackings for walking. So a few miles here, a few miles there, it adds up to your everyday activity. And walking is probably better than anything else, or exercise, any exercise. Sorry, not just walking. So a little bit of the history is that when right after high school, pretty much when high school is finished, exercise seems to finish as well, and I really have not been doing any sort of exercise since then. And I was actually a former smoker, 30 years plus. I started having a couple of cigarettes when I was in a younger age, in the teens, and it just builds up from there. And over the time with me having ankylosing spondylitis, I was still smoking. I know I still have lung disease. I was still smoking. But as time goes on, time doesn't stop for anybody. So, as the ages goes up, and when I'm with ankylosing spondylitis, I'm aging as maybe 5 times as fast as anybody else. I'm in my 20s, and I feel like I was in my 40s, and when I was in my 30s, I was feeling like I was in my 50s. So, and about 10, 15 years ago, the body just kind of starts catching up to you. And when I smoke, I was getting short of breath. I was literally felt like I was out of air. So, that has a lot to do with the lung, and my lung capacity is not good. So, inhaling more toxics into the body is not really helping. So, yeah, I just decided to just quit, and I quit cold turkey and just stopped smoking. Whatever cigarettes I still have, I just dumped it all in water and just call it a day, and that was it. And from that day on, I have not touched a cigarette again. And since then, I knew I have to start doing some exercise, because I was completely, my body was just completely wiped out. I was a couch potato, just basically work, eat, watch TV, and on the computer. There was nothing else. So, yeah, the body was just not good. I was out of air. The first time I started exercising is I bought a treadmill, and 5 minutes into the treadmill is like it feels like all day long. I keep on looking at the clock to see if 5 minutes is up yet. That's how long it is, 5 minutes. But if you keep on going, if you are determined to do the exercise, and regardless of it's the 5 minute takes so long, it's okay. I started with 5 minutes, and I start adding a minute by the day, adding a minute. I'm still looking at my clock for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and literally I can feel the energy. I felt the energy in the body that I just can go on for more longer. I was no longer trying to look at the clock anymore. I just keep on going, and the rest of is pretty much history. And from there, sometimes I just walk from indoor to going walking outdoor, to hiking, to biking, and all that stuff. Or just you just want to do it. You just feel like doing it, and your body require it. And from now, if I don't go out and walk for a couple of days, I feel like my body is not doing too well. So, yeah, the more I go out and get some air, get some walking, get some energy, the body feels a lot better. And here, a couple of little captures from my recent trip to Washington and New York. Washington, we did on a regular basis like a 10-mile day, probably even more than that because I was probably not logging everything in. New York, certainly it's more than 10 to 12 miles a day. There's just a lot of walking. So as I get more exercise in by the days, the body just feels like there's so much more energy, so much more willpower. That's it. The more energy you have, the more willpower you want to do things. So I'm not as lazy anymore. I feel like getting out doing things. I don't want to sit at home and stare at the TV, or I don't want to sit on my couch and just feel bad for myself. So as long as you have energies in your body, it's not only the energies in the body, but also mental energies as well. So it kind of helped you move your body, help you wanted to do things rather than just sit there. And the more active you are, it's better for the body and the ankylosing spondylitis as well. I can't stress enough about exercising for ankylosing spondylitis. So, stretching, walking, hiking, biking at your own pace, definitely at your own pace. And whatever you do, anything that you do is better than not doing anything. So that's how I feel. And with more exercise, the body feels like, okay, I can keep going. I want to go and do this. So there are a bit of a preventive measure that the doctors would always tell you because of the lower lung capacity. Certainly, you got to watch out for viruses and bacteria, and sometimes if people are having allergies, pollens, and other allergy things that can get into their bodies. You just have to watch out, prevent that. If anybody is sick, I'm trying to avoid these people as much as possible. I luckily I don't have any allergies from pollens, but I don't want to say no. I'm actually this year I'm feeling some really weird stuff coming on. I'm constantly feeling a little bit of not as well as like last year or a few years ago. So I think I'm coming down with some allergies. It's definitely not not the virus or anything. So yeah, I would never say never. So trying to avoid those as possible. Any toxic fumes, or if you actually go through a very dusty area, I normally just cover myself with either my shirt, or nowadays a lot of people wears a mask. I do have masks all over the place. If the area is very dusty, say construction area, or if I pass by an area that I smell toxic fumes, I tend to cover myself and trying to get out of the area as much as possible, because when I breathe in those chemicals or the dust a few times, I can feel my oxygen level, my shoulder breath, it comes on. So yeah, those are part of the preventive measure that I would have to take. The medications, the inhalers, did not have any effect on me. Now I don't remember about steroids, prednisones. It helped with inflammations, and as well as it should help open up the airway. I'm talking about the pill form. I was taking prednisone mainly for inflammations in the old days, but I was not taking any prednisone for my lung condition. So I can't say that there's no effect on it. Who knows? Maybe, hopefully, I don't really need it. Hopefully, my lung will be good, right? So, anyway, I'm just wondering if anybody else are having the same condition as I am. You have fused spine, with the scoliosis or rheumatoid arthritis, whatever that can cause your chest wall or rib cage not to be able to expand. Um, are you guys do? What do you guys do to help improve your lung capacity? Let me know. Leave me a message below. I would love to learn from you guys as well. Hopefully, I can get some information from you guys, and I can apply it to my daily usage as well. Again, thank you for watching. If you have anything to share, if you'd like to let me know how you're dealing with your conditions, please leave me a message. I would love to learn from you as well. I hope this information that I have talked about are a little helpful to other people as well. And hopefully we can share information like that, and we can all find these better days that we're looking for. So again, thank you for watching. If you like my video, please give me a like. It will help out with my algorithm. And if you want to subscribe, please do. Thank you. I will have more videos out in regards to all kinds of conditions that I have been dealing with, particularly with ankylosing spondylitis or autoimmune disease. It causes all kinds of problems. So thank you again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.